Hey guys, so right off the bat, I apologize for the wet hair, but it was hair washing day and I don't like to blow dry my hair because I hate the end result. It really looks its best when I can just let it air dry. So, um, yeah, sorry about that. But it's going to be a feel like temperature of 100 and something today, so I definitely don't want to use a blow dryer. So, anyway, yeah, I thought it would be fun to do a challenge today, and we are going to compare using a makeup sponge for my foundation versus a brush. Now, I went out and repurchased a brush that I have not had in years. I've been so into nostalgic things lately. I repurchased the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. This is an awesome makeup brush for foundation. Actually, you can use it for a lot of things, but we're going to see how this e.l.f. sponge with latex on the top works versus a makeup brush. I'm going to do one half of my face with one and one half of my face with the other, and then we're going to compare and see, how does it look coverage wise, how does it look finish wise. I thought that might be interesting. Okay, so since I'm holding it like this is the side that I'm going to use the brush, and this is the side I'm going to use the sponge. Okay, so that's my right for the brush and my left for the sponge. So I'm going to set the sponge down on my left side so I don't get these mixed up. And by the way, it's a new month, so I have on different base products, just in case you're curious what you're going to be seeing for the next month. I have Hard Candy Glosstopia Lip Repair Oil in Pink Paradise, Pink Paradise. So this is going to be my lip conditioner that I start off with. And then I used LA Colors face primer. It's very, very small container, but that's what I'm going to be trying to use up this month. And then my NYX Pro Fix Stick Corrector, that's not going to ever change. I love that. And then over that, I use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Beige. This is my favorite concealer. So that's all I have on so far. So then the next step would be foundation. So what are we using for foundation? Good question, because the Profusion Feels Good Skin Perfector is gone. So let's see what is going to be the foundation for the month. Okay, so the oldest foundation that I have now that the Profusion one is gone is L'Oreal True Match. My shade is C2. And I don't remember right off the top of my head how I feel about this, so we'll see how this goes. So this has been sitting around for a bit. So if your foundation has been sitting around, you want to give it a real good shake. Um, and it doesn't hurt to give it a good shake even if it hasn't been sitting around for a long time. I love that this is in a pump. So we're going to grab this Real Techniques brush and we're going to do one pump, and we're going to do this side of my face. I love this brush. This is so nice. Such a great brush. Now, first thing I notice is that this foundation seems to have a lot of coverage, and that kind of surprises me because I don't remember it being that way. Now, keep in mind that I am using a different primer than what I was using before, so that's going to have an effect on any um, product that you put over it. Okay, so that did a really good job. Everything's blended out beautifully. It's fast. It's good coverage. And it's giving me a nice finish. So, yeah. Okay, that's that's pretty darn good. All right, now let's try with the sponge. So we're going to use the same amount, one pump. Wow, and you know, one pump almost seems like it could do your whole face if you went really fast. So we're going to dab this all over just like I did with the other one. Now with this latex part of this sponge, you're supposed to be able to blend it. What I did in my other video where I was trying this out is I just like tapped it on and then blended it out with a sponge, but you're supposed to be able to do the actual blending with this latex part of it. So we're gonna try that today, and then I might give it just a few little taps at the end with the sponge part. So I'm kind of like stippling and blending. So that was pretty fast. I thought it was going to take longer to blend it out using this. And I don't think I'm going to have to change angles and use the other part of the sponge because that looks pretty good. Everything looks very well blended to me. Now I'm going to go back with this brush and just give it a tiny bit. Okay. Now it looks to me like I actually got better coverage with the sponge side. I don't see quite as much coverage over here. Okay, so that's the first thing I noticed. Now, depending on what kind of coverage you like, you know, some people like more of a full coverage. The sponge seemed to give me, yeah, more coverage over here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take whatever's left on this sponge and press it over here because I don't want my foundation to be uneven. Wow, I'm gonna have to just try to get the tiniest little bit to even this out because I have to go somewhere, so I don't want one half of my face to be lacking. So that's the major difference, you guys. The sponge is going to give you a real full coverage. The brush is going to give you a more natural look, like a medium coverage. Okay. Now I think it looks more even. Now, what's it going to look like with powder? I think that would be good to see too. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder in the shade light pink. I love this powder. And I'm going to use an e.l.f. Powder brush. And this is a new one because my other one fell apart that I've had for a long time. You know, they don't last forever. So I tap some into the cover and then I swirl my brush in there. And that's how I apply it. Do a little bit more. I don't like to put too much in the cover at one time because then it might make the side that I start with look cakey. Yeah, so if it's going to be a feel like temperature of 100 and something up here in New England, I can imagine what kind of temperatures the rest of you guys are getting in the other parts of the country that are watching. All right, so that's with powder, and it still looks like more coverage on this side to me. And I have equal lighting. I have studio lights. I have one in front of me, then I have one on each side of me, and then I have two small lights in the in-between section that are about the same. So the lighting is not affecting this, but yeah, um, I think that it's a matter of personal preference then. How much coverage do you like? But it looked like the finish was very similar. So if you want to, what I can do now is I can finish my makeup and then come back just so you can see the finished look. Yeah, why don't I do that? Okay, so what else did I use for products? I used the NYX Buttermelt bronzer in Buttercup. I used the Too Faced Cloud Crush blush in Candy Clouds. I used Benefit High Beam highlighter on my face and my eyes for a highlight on my eyes as well. I used e.l.f. Lock On Brow Cream in medium brown, and let me tell you, this is not for beginners. This is very difficult to work with because it's crazy pigmented. So you got to blend, 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 blend. You can't put hardly anything on your brush, but I feel like if I keep working with it, eventually I'm going to get it because can you see that this brow looks darker than the other one? Because yeah, there's a learning curve with this, but I think once I get the hang of it, I think I'm going to love it. Let's see. I just used MAC Satin Taupe all over my eyes, except for I've used the brow bone highlight and inner corner highlight with the Benefit High Beam. My mascara is Wet n Wild So Defined, and on my lips I used the NYX Line Loud lip pencil in the shade Fierce Flirt, and the Too Faced lipstick in the shade Too Femme number 2. And let me show you what that looks like. It's like a mauve with a pink core in the middle. It's like one of those moisturizing core things. So I took my hair out of the ponytail so that my waves can dry wavy, and I'm going to head to the gas station now to fill up my car with gas before it gets any hotter than it is right now. So yeah, as far as the conclusion of this, it's a matter of personal preference. If you like full coverage, use a makeup sponge with a latex applicator, or if you like a more natural coverage or like a medium coverage, then use a brush such as the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. But you know, it just depends on what you like. I like more full coverage, obviously, because I did add a little bit more to this other side to kind of even it out. But yeah, depends on what you like. But I think they both looked good. You know, they both did a good job. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. You know what to do. It helps my channel when you do. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.